This video is brought to you by Grandeur Warranty, your #1 online source for factory-backed extended warranties in the country.
Did you know that Toyota sold over 316,000 Camrys last year in 2025?
That's a lot. That's quite a bit over the Accord. That's about 2 to 1, right?
That's more than 2 to 1. But my question is, why? Why is the Camry so popular? It is the best-selling sedan in the country.
Well, this just in, we have the 2026 Toyota Camry Nightshade edition. This is the all-wheel drive. So I say we take it out on the road, check it out on the inside, and see for why it's the best seller.
Exactly. And first off, the color, I think, is spectacular.
Oh yeah, she's a great color.
Red and black. Those are really TFL car company colors, right?
That's pretty much all that comes in the Nightshade options. You know, you get white and black, and then this Nightshade or Supersonic red, which is absolutely gorgeous. And then all of the black accents, which is what you're going to obviously get with the Nightshade edition.
Exactly. So, like, for example, the badge, right? The grills, the wheels, the door handles, the mirror caps.
The rocker appliques at the bottom,
wow.
and you got that black spoiler on the back.
So this is pretty sporty. But I think the Camry, I mean, over the years and many, many generations, right? It built its reputation really on reliability, ease of use, spaciousness. And now, since 2025, every new Camry is a hybrid, right?
Every single one.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So they sold over 316,000 hybrid Camrys.
That's a lot.
And fuel efficiency is a big thing, right?
Yeah, this is
Humongous.
averaging about 46 mpg
Yes.
for all-wheel drive. You can get up into the 50s with just the non-all-wheel drive options.
So would you agree, Jen? Do you like this style, the latest iteration of the Camry?
I do like it a lot. I think it gives it just enough sportiness to not really expect anything too crazy. You know, this is still just a Camry at the end of the day. This isn't some big sports car, but I think they put the right amount of level of sportiness into this, and it looks fantastic.
Yeah, but a couple of things went away from the Camry when they redesigned it in 2025.
Yes.
The V6 is gone.
Gone.
Also, the TRD Sporty Editions are gone.
Yeah, that's gone too.
Yeah, but this is based, like you said, on the SE,
right?
Which is kind of a sportier version of this hybrid.
Yeah, and the Nightshade just gives it that extra little sportiness to it. Should we pop the hood and see what's going on?
Yeah, we have to, because that's the big thing. How much horsepower, and also, like you said, efficiency is very important. Absolutely.
So what kind of engine do we have in this, Andre?
Well, we have a monstrous, humongous, right? 4-cylinder engine.
Woo!
But here's the thing, right? So we have a 4-cylinder engine, and Toyota doesn't really break out like total torque numbers, right?
No, it's more so just with the gas engine torque, yeah.
Yeah, and so this is 232 horsepower, correct? From
yes.
this 2.5 liter electrified hybrid powertrain. 232. But if it wasn't all-wheel drive, if it was just a front-wheel drive model, what's the number there? 7 horsepower less, right?
Oh, God. Yes.
So 232 minus 7, I think I can do this. 225?
Yeah, that's it.
Yes. But here's the thing. You know how they say, like CVT, those are bad 3 letters?
Yes.
That a lot of people hate?
But this is an eCVT.
Yes. But I think they need to rebrand this.
Yeah. Oh, to what?
To planetary gear set.
Oh, wow. Okay. That
But
does sound...
That's a long name.
Yeah. So could we do PGS?
Planetary gear.
Yeah.
Yes.
Could we do a PGS system?
Here's the thing. Old school CVTs, continuously variable transmissions, were belt driven. And belts stretch out. They are not,
They can wear, they can break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the reputation was kind of bad. They improved it. But the planetary gear set also offers kind of this continuous gear ratio.
Right.
But it's a lot more durable, right?
So it is better, theoretically.
Yeah. So, but we're not really mechanical engineers, right? So we don't know every nuance of that.
Of course not.
Wow, that hood is really heavy.
It's very heavy, actually. I noticed that when we opened it up. Well, let's check out the inside.
Or so, can we start with the trunk and then go inside?
We can do whatever you want, Andre.
Okay. Because in New York City, where my sister lives, a lot of Camrys are Uber cars.
Okay, that makes
Right,
sense.
they're taxi cabs.
Yeah.
So you need to have a lot of spaciousness. You know what? This trunk is pretty spacious.
It's not bad at all. Plus, we have a space saver spare underneath there.
Oh, we do?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, there it is. It's kind of, you have to dig.
It is pretty deep in there, so hopefully you don't have a whole ton of stuff in this huge trunk. But at least you do have a space saver spare, where a lot of cars these days, especially in hybrids, they're just giving you, tire repair kits.
Exactly, which is why our friends at Modern Spare, provide the solution for those cars that almost half new vehicles don't have a spare tire.
Which is crazy to me. That's something you got to have. I do like this trunk applique too, because a lot of times you'll see this get scratched up so quickly.
As if Toyota thought about people hauling their luggage here every day.
What a thought.
Yeah, this is very nice touch. Yeah. Let's take a look at the inside, like you were saying.
Yeah, let's check this out. So we've got not just a black interior, but quite a bit going on. We have this off-white strip down the middle and then off to the sides. But something I really love is on this dash. Andre, I love this texture that we have on the dash. A lot of stuff going on that break it up. This is also really, really cool that integrates into the vents. I think this looks pretty stellar on the inside.
Yeah, pretty much premium, and we'll talk about pricing in a second. I call this the waterfall.
Yeah, I can
like
see that. It really separates it. I almost feel like I'm in a Corvette, you know what I mean?
Or an old school Mustang maybe.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, let's power this up and take it for a test drive.
Yeah, so we've got Softex seats, so a faux leather, but they're still relatively nice. But this does have the cold weather package, which gives you a leather wrapped heated steering wheel and heated front seats.
Yeah, and can I borrow, before we leave, can I borrow the sticker, the window sticker?
Yeah.
And maybe some of your notes as well, if I could. So let's show this again. So this all-wheel drive model has 46 MPG city, 46 highway, and 46 combined. If this was kind of like a base model, right, with a front-wheel drive system, these numbers will be higher,
right,
up to about 51 in the city.
Yeah,
which is humongous for a big car.
That's huge, and I mean, this being a full-size sedan,
yes,
that ain't bad at all.
So we're gonna go on our loop and see how, how it accelerates. Is it actually fun to drive?
Well, I mean, let's hope. I mean, so these have 19-inch wheels, but what I'm curious about is the ride quality, because typically the larger the wheel, the smaller the tire, but so far this is pretty smooth from what I can see.
And nice and quiet too.
It is very quiet.
And you can have EV mode, right? Different drive modes. Check this out. Eco, normal, sport. And speaking of reliability, because Toyota has built its reputation on reliability.
Absolutely.
They have pretty decent warranties. For example, 3-year, 36,000 miles bumper to bumper, 5-year, 60K miles powertrain.
Ooh, that's loud.
That's kind of where the continuously variable part comes in.
It's expected, but definitely noticeable.
Yeah. But you know what? If you're buying a new car or a used car, for that matter, you should check out our friends at Granger Warranty.
Granger Warranty, they can definitely still help you out.
Yes, even after the fact, after you purchase the vehicle. So Granger Warranty is a factory-backed extended warranty, so you could choose different levels of it. Even though a manufacturer like this may have pretty good warranty, if you want to keep it for the long haul, you should check it out. Plus, it allows your car to be fixed using OEM parts at a certified location around the country.
OEM trained techs.
Exactly.
That's huge.
So check them out. All right, now, how does it drive?
Well, I mean, I feel like it drives pretty smoothly. It's pretty direct steering. I would say relatively low body roll, but I wouldn't say that this is a sports car by, any length of the word. But I think it's, I can see why there's been so many of these sold. This is just pretty solid through and through.
Yeah, exactly. And I guess, this latest iteration of their hybrid system is only in its second year in the Camry. So we can't sing praises from the mountaintops on how reliable the system is, right?
Right.
But it should be hopefully reliable because Toyota has a long history of car-based hybrids.
That's true. So this does come with paddle shifters. I'm kind of using them around here.
Whoa.
And honestly, I don't know that I feel too much of it going on, but it's still fun that they're there.
Well, but that cornering was a little bit
cornering was
flat.
yeah,
It was okay.
That's true.
Yeah.
I would say, okay, I can feel it downshifting here. That's good.
But the sound's a little bit drony.
It is a little drony. They can try to make this, paddle shifters as much as they want, but at the end of the day, it's still, an ECVT.
Exactly, and it combines a 4-cylinder engine, which is by its nature is not a very pleasing sounding engine, right?
Nope.
You're combining that with a continuously variable transmission, so there's only so much you can do.
Right. I mean, 0 to 60 though, we're talking just under 7 seconds, which I wouldn't say is the fastest thing in the world, but it certainly could be a lot slower. So I would say that's right on par with what I would expect with a vehicle of this size.
But can we turn around in this construction zone?
Let's see what this turning radius looks like.
That's the most important part of this test drive.
Okay, I'm gonna turn around. Nobody's coming.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Wow, this is actually
It's fairly maneuverable.
not bad. Nobody's there. Okay, let's just check out that 0 to 60. Well, certainly doesn't feel horrible, but I think it's the drone that makes it sound maybe slower than it is.
Yeah, not super pleasing. No. But I think where this car shines really is probably city traffic, highway, because you can be in EV mode for a little while, right? It can be quiet. It also is very efficient when it's stop and go, right?
That's true. And this has Toyota Safety Sense, so it has things like dynamic radar cruise control and lane keep assist. So that just makes, highway driving that much more pleasurable.
Yeah, and it has heated seats as well. So it has a lot of pretty, premium features. But I guess we have to finish with the price when we get back to our location. Which mode are you in?
I believe I'm in Sport.
Aha.
So
there's also normal in Eco.
Yeah, let's check this out in normal now and see if it makes any difference. Sometimes there'll be a little bit of a sound difference, but I don't think we're expecting anything like that in this Camry Nightshade.
But now it seems to prefer EV mode a little bit more.
A little bit.
Which makes it basically silent.
Yeah, and the road noise is pretty low. I'd say this is a relatively pretty quiet car, especially for this price point.
And it doesn't have a sunroof.
No, that is something I wish I would have seen, but check this out. This is so silly, but under here is what I always thought was the creme de la creme, the height of luxury, being able to have a sunglass holder, but feel how soft that is back there.
Ooh, they thought about it.
Yeah, you got some premium sunglasses,
so
some
you don't
sunnies.
Scratch it.
Not going to get scratched. It's just a little thing I noticed back there.
So yeah, they're thinking about a lot of different items on this car and the detail. And I think they can do this, right? Because this is what they talked about it being the 9th generation. Some people argued, is it really that much different? But I mean, the Camry has been around for decades.
And it's been a bestseller for a long time too.
Yeah.
But I can see why it's continuing to be a bestseller. You said over 300,000 of these were sold last year?
Exactly. The RAV4 is also one of the best sellers. Well, I think it was the best seller actually last year.
Toyota again.
Toyota again. So they're really nailing that, efficient powertrain and also usability and comfort as well.
Yeah. Let's see, brakes feel really nice.
So do you think, would you select the Nightshade edition, or would you stay with the base SE or XSE, or which way are you leaning
Well,
on this?
I like the Nightshade in the sense that I like the extra blackout badging you get, I like the fact that you can get an all-wheel drive, which is a $1,500 option, but not everybody's going to need all-wheel drive. About only 60%, 70% of people are buying these not in all-wheel drive. But where we live in the mountains, all-wheel drive is obviously very important.
Bonus. Yeah,
it's kind of important.
I think $1,500 is fair value for that system.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk price on this.
Yeah. Speaking of value, That's one heck of a segue, right?
Yeah. So, Nightshade, all-wheel drive. What is this coming in at?
So, and I can show you 37,903.
So just under 38,000.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes. So that premium paint is not free.
Nope.
So there's the red color is $475.
Plus, it has the multimedia package. Normally, the infotainment screen is a standard 8 inches, but this has a 12.3-inch screen.
That was
costs a little bit.
$735.
Yep.
So it's about $735. And yeah, so it's got a few options. The base price was about $34,000.
Okay.
So, but I think still by today's standard,
That's coming in under than the average car price of a new car.
yeah, because we've heard this number to be like 50 grand, right?
Yeah.
And I think a lot of it is driven by the crossover market because crossovers tend to be valued higher.
Yep, and they're taking over the world.
Yeah, but not this Camry.
No, this is tried and true, full-size sedan. I mean, it's been fantastic.
Yeah. All right, well, let us know what you think in the comments below. Thanks for joining us. And I think, Jen, what we probably should do with this car, I'm thinking about like maybe Denver 100 or maybe another efficiency loop.
Absolutely. Denver 100, I think, is calling for this.
Yeah, or maybe more of a mixed loop. I mean, we can see how we can approach this.
Yeah, let's try it out.
All right, thanks for joining us.